Hello bearded bee people, welcome back to Bee and KB's for the second episode of the Bee and KB's vlog. Today is a very similar story to yesterday. I'm doing more cleanups of survivors and deadouts, and today I'm in another one of our yards. This will definitely be the last year for this yard. It's great in terms of honey production, it's great in terms of availability of forage and windbreak and just about every metric except for the fact that I have to climb up that hill and can't drive down here. I don't know why that didn't set red flags off in my mind last year at this time, but last year honey time made that very, very clear that absolutely have to be able to get a vehicle to every single hive that we own. So as this year progresses, we will kind of start thinning this yard out, but for right now I'm going to get in and do what I was doing yesterday, clean everything up, give them a little bit of food, give them some pollen sub. Nothing too complicated. Okay, so here's a really cool example of why taking your losses in the fall makes total sense. When I say taking the losses in the fall, what I mean is combining hives in the fall that may or may not be weak, too weak to be considered strong going into winter. Well, combine them, come out with what looks like 2 solid boxes of bees. The evidence of being combined is the newspaper right there, probably the Detroit Free Press or the Detroit News, one or the other. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that in a lot of cases, taking your losses in the fall and just adding 2 colonies together makes for a heck of a lot better situation going through winter. And then now I can split those back into, crap, I could split them into 4, you know, in a couple weeks. So, it doesn't necessarily have to mean losses to your hive numbers. It just means less deadouts to mess with in the spring. Not that I don't have deadouts out here, I'm sure I do. But that one looks good. Okay, now we're back at the home/queen yard, and it's been a long time since I've gone through bees out here, so I'm fairly excited. As you can see, hopefully, probably, there's a lot of bees flying. I expect this yard to be in pretty decent shape. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, well, this colony in particular, but singles more generally. I've been asked more than a couple times over the last couple weeks whether I've ever thought about running singles. And if you've ever talked with me about bees, you know that I do run singles for the most part. This is a true definition of a single. Because obviously there was no other box. And we'll see right there it says M.E., which means Mary Ellen. So this is my pride and joy. This is what I've been working trying to make these types of colonies that come out of winter, and you just honestly can't tell the difference in weight between that and October. And you obviously can't tell the difference in colony size between that and October. So this is what we've been working toward. These are locally adapted bees that do great in small cluster sizes. They keep the mites in check, and they come out of winter looking much like they went in. So yeah, that's my take on singles. That's what we've been working toward, and that's what I love to see in the spring. I'll talk more about managing singles as the year progresses, because that is kind of where it gets a little bit tricky. It's pretty easy to just set a heavy box there in October and see it come out of April, or come out into April looking good, but managing it from April until October is a little bit tricky. It takes a little bit of practice. So I'll talk more about that as the year progresses. So I think I obviously have a bunch of work to do, and I'd like to turn on some tunes. I've got to get a situation where my phone isn't everything. Need to get a GoPro, need to get a microphone, need to get an actual video camera so that I can listen to music while I'm videoing and receive phone calls and all that kind of stuff. But so yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope you guys are digging this style. But thanks very much for watching. Get out there and have some fun with your bees. Hopefully your yard looks and sounds like this. See ya.